Why everyone's talking about interest rate buydowns. Right now, mortgage rates are close to 7%. That makes homes harder to afford for many families.
Oh, no.
Because of this, one tool is being used a lot more. Interest rate buydowns. In this episode, we'll explain what a buydown is, why it's popular in 2025, and how it's being used here in Las Vegas and Henderson to help people buy homes. What exactly is a rate buydown? A rate buydown is when someone's pay money up front so that the mortgage interest rate becomes lower.
That was legit.
This someone could be the buyer, the seller, the builder, or sometimes even the lender. The main type include temporary buydowns, 2-to-1 buydown. Your rate is reduced by 2% in year 1 and 1% in year 2 before returning to the standard rate. 3-to-1 buydown. You get 3 years of reduced payments, starting 3% lower for the first, 2% lower for the second, and 1% lower for the third year. And last but not least, 1-to-0 buydown. A more modest option with a 1% reduction for the first year. There's also a permanent buydown. You or another party pay discount points where 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount to lock in a permanently lower interest rate.
Nice.
Typically, 1 point lower your rate by about 0.25%. Think of it like this. A temporary buydown is like training wheels. It gives you time to adjust to higher payments. A permanent buydown is like locking in a better deal for the long haul.
Isn't that amazing?
Why they're trending in 2025. The surge in interest rates buydown is no accident.
That's right.
It's a response to today's stubbornly high interest rate environment and growing affordability challenges. Home are less affordable. With rates staying around 7%, buyers are looking for a way to bring payments down.
That was legitness.
Builders are offering deals. Almost 40% of new homes now includes incentives like temporary buydowns. For builders, this is cheaper than cutting the price by $20,000 or more. Mindset matters. Seeing a lower monthly payment, even for a couple of years, makes buyers feel more comfortable moving forward.
That's right.
Competitions among sellers. With about 4 months of inventory in Las Vegas and Henderson, sellers are offering buydowns to make their homes stand out.
Really?
Simply put, rate buydowns have become one of the most practical tools to bridge the gap between high mortgage rates and buyers' monthly budgets.
Nice.
How buydown works in practice. Let's look at how the numbers break down. For example of a 2-to-1 buydown. Suppose you're buying a $400,000 home with 20% down and a loan amount of $320,000 at 6.5%. Year 1, the effective rate would be 4.5%, saving you nearly $420 a month. Year 2, the rate raises to 5.5%, saving you about $215 per month. Over 2 years, that's roughly $7,600 in payment savings. Example of a permanent buydown. If you pay 2 points on the same $320,000 loan, that's $6,400 upfront, you might reduce the rate from 6.5% to 6%. That saves you about $105 per month, or $1,260 a year. The break even comes around the 5-year mark. If you plan to stay longer, that savings add up.
Isn't that amazing?
Who pays for it? Buyers can pay out of pocket, sellers may offer it as a closing incentive, or builders frequently use it as a marketing tool. Remember, it's not free money, it's prepaid interest.
That's right.
The trick is making sure it's worth the cost for how long you'll keep the home. Local insights under Vegas and Henderson market context. Now, let's zoom in on Southern Nevada. Current inventory. With 4 months of housing supply, it's not a buyer's or a seller's market. It's pretty balanced.
Nice.
Sellers are using buydowns to avoid big price cuts.
All right.
Builders. Communities like Summerlin, Inspirata, and Cadence are heavily promoting buydowns to calm buyers worried about high rates.
Really?
Resell homes. Sellers, especially with higher priced homes sitting on the market, are offering buydowns instead of dropping the asking price.
Really?
Investor. Some Henderson investors prefer permanent buydowns because stable payments help with long-term rental planning.
That's right.
Locally, buydowns are becoming almost as common, a discussion point as price and closing costs.
That was legitness.
They are shaping how deals get written and closed. Smart strategies for buyers, sellers, and agents. For buyers, ask your lender to compare temporary versus permanent buydowns. Think about your timeline. Moving soon? Temporary might work. Staying long-term? Permanent could be smarter.
That's right.
Negotiate. Sometimes seller will cover the cost.
Okay.
For sellers, instead of lowering your price by $10K, you could offer a $7,000 credit for a buydown. Buyers often see more value in lower monthly payments.
Isn't that amazing?
Advertise it in your listing. Seller will help lower your rate.
That's true.
For agents, explain buydowns in simple terms. Many buyers don't understand them.
That's right.
Use calculators or charts to show how much money buyers can save. Teach seller that buydowns can get homes sold faster without big price cuts.
Okay.
Final thoughts. Interest rate buydowns aren't new,
That's right.
but in 2025, they've become one of the most practical tools to keep transactions moving forward in a higher rate environment.
That's right.
They don't just help with numbers, they help with buyers' confidence.
Nice.
Here in Las Vegas and Henderson, where rates remain elevated and inventory is balanced, buydowns are bridging the gap between what buyers want and what sellers need. If you're considering buying or selling, understanding how these programs work can make the difference between a missed opportunity and a successful deal.
That's right.
I'm Phan, and if you want to run through the numbers on buydown scenarios or see how they might apply to your situation, let's connect. I'll help you find the approach that makes the most financial sense for you. Thanks for tuning in. Discover more about Las Vegas and Henderson with our free relocation guide. For additional details or a free consultation, visit my website or social media. Find all the links in this podcast description. Also, I love hearing from our listeners. If you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions, or real estate stories to share, please reach out to us. You can follow me on my social media pages. Just search for Long's Real Estate, local realtor in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. I will also save the links in the description of this video. Until then, remember, in Las Vegas and Henderson, the odds are always in your favor when you have the right real estate agent by your side. Thanks for joining us today. See you next week.